One. All right, so I'm live. So hi everyone, welcome to today's new D launch webinar. I know that many of you have seen the SaaS Management Subscription Tool event that we put out there, and we're probably wondering how you can get it right away. I mean, for a community that's packed with SaaS enthusiasts, founders, agency owners, and all of you watching this or will be watching this afterwards, it will be super helpful. I know that. And I think a lot of you here have bought a lot of SaaS tools and get confused from time to time of which tool it is or how much it is. Are you still subscribed or are you not subscribed anymore? Well, you're in luck, Saastronauts, because today we have 𝐂𝐂𝐑 from ToolUp that will help you bring order to your SaaS chaos. So ToolUp is a SaaS subscription management tool that will be super helpful for all of you out there, as it has an onboarding and offboarding management, identity management, and finance management. But of course, I'll leave that to Sajad over here to better explain. Hi, Sajad, how are you doing?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, thanks for having me here. Happy to introduce the tool and
yes, I'm super excited for this. And I know a lot of people are super excited for this deal because, you know, it's a SaaS community. A lot of people will be super excited. So let's start it. I'll add your presentation.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think, the presentation is there. Yeah. Hi again. So I will try to quickly introduce what we have done till now and what is the product about, hopefully in half an hour or less, so we can get to your questions or whatever needed to be discussed after that. So as you already maybe know, like ToolUp try to provide a solution for this companies who use a lot of SaaS tools to actually help them to onboard, offboard all the people's new members and employees who comes to the company or when the employee leave the company. So this is one of the main focus we had till now. So you can quickly, easily onboard, offboard your team members, add them to any tools, grant access to them, or remove the access from them. And the other part, which is more into the members and employees, is to provide a good member dashboard for the team members, so they can easily get access to the tools they have. They know what type of tools actually they have to have access to that, which is also missing a lot of times, that you may forget what tools even I have as a team member that I can use it during my day work. So, and the last thing that we are trying to implement to make this actually all in an all together solution is the finance and invoicing. So help you to understand how much you are paying for your SaaS tools, how much your team members and employees are really using these SaaS tools that you are paying for that, and which teams are using what tools and which team doesn't use what tools that you are paying for that. And at the end, gathering all the invoices and tax reports, because these are some things that I already had issues during last 5 years working my own startups to figure out and monthly gather all invoices, understand what tools people have access and what tools people should have access to, and how we can manage and the finance part to actually do budgeting for SaaS tools that we are using. So there are 3 main problems that we are going to solve, as I already described. So onboarding, offboarding of the employees and giving access to the tools for them. Then a lot of employees doesn't know even like what tools they have access to. And the last issue is that it's very difficult to understand that, okay, which tools are really using by the employees and which tools are not even using by them. So, and the solution that we are following up is to have a user-friendly and easy solution to automate and manage all onboarding, offboardings. So that is something we are really focused on, which is to be user-friendly and have a good and modern UX. And that's why we are slowing developing our product. So we are take care of the UX and user experience of each feature that we are providing. And we are trying to have a secure and flexible single sign-on password management tools and mixture of these two, like many other competitors. So we let you to decide if you want to use single sign-in or you want to have a password management or combination of these for each SaaS tools. So you can easily share passwords, save your passwords, and make a secure actually access to your tools for you and for your team members. And the tool usage reports, as I mentioned before, and invoice collecting would be the solution. So we have and actually this is one of the differences we want to make. That's why we focus first on the freemium version of our app. So we want to provide a freemium version to every company that has these issues and maybe already just using Excel files or manually actually to handle onboarding, offboarding of the team members. So in our freemium version, which would stay free forever, we help you to do manually onboard, offboard your users. We give this tools management so you can easily choose what tools which team use, and then we give the members actually tools list and access, so you can click on tools you are using and get access to it as a team member and not as a manager. Then if each company can easily invite all the team members get access to the dashboard, as I mentioned, and they can actually integrate, and we are going to actually integrate the other SaaS tools into our program, like, I don't know, integrating Slack, integrating Gmail, integrating Jira, and others. And one important thing is the easy, let's say, migration setup we have. So when you come to our website, I will explain later, you can easily integrate, import all your data and start using it in a few minutes. So yeah, let's start with the system setup, as I mentioned. So in our system setup, you can simply import your data manually, like typing, as you can see in the screen, like typing in as an Excel file, and then mention all the users, and then go to the next step. Or you can import a CSV file or Excel file from any HR management tools you use, and you will see all your team members. You will see all the teams that they are belongs to. And when you go to the next step, you have all the teams. You can choose all the tools that these teams are using. And with one click, you can invite all the team members to the platform. So whenever you add a new member, I mean, after the system setup, whole your team will have the setting and setup you already have in your company. But afterwards, if you want to onboard a new member, you simply add a member, mention when is the onboarding date. And at the onboarding date, the sysadmin, the admin, will see all the team members every day that should be onboard to any tools. Like says, okay, these 5 people should be added to Slack, and these 2 people should be offboarded from the Slack in all the tools which is available. And you can manually manage this, or if you are using or auto provisioning solution, all these things will happen automatically, and you will just see, okay, today this team get onboarded, these guys get offboarded, and if something goes wrong, you still will see here that, okay, the onboarding or offboarding is pending. So you can simply actually go there and manually do it if some integration is broken for any reason. And with our tools management, yeah, as I mentioned, you can easily add tools, config tools. So tell actually the team members how they can use it. Is it a password? With a password? Is it with the SSO? You can do the auto provisioning settings and API, give API access to us, so we can handle with the tools integrations we have. And you can onboard, offboard members and team members to the tools, definitely. And every team member, as we mentioned before, has a simple dashboard. So you can click on any tools that you have access to and automatically get login, go to the URL and get login with that. And also at the beginning, at the moment, I mean, you can simply see what team members you have in your team, and you can get also know the other team members of your team. We are going to develop more features, as I mentioned, integrating maybe with Jira, Slack, GitHub, or any solutions that you may need to get notifications here. Some integrations actually which goes through a roadmap based on the users' feedbacks. And yeah, for the authentication, as I mentioned, like we will have password management. So you can use password management as simple as, I don't know, let's say the same way that we do the password management in 1Password, for example. So definitely we have a secure encrypted and data, which will happen all encryption, decryptions in the actually user's system. So we will not send any data. We will not send any information to the servers or servers related to the passwords or any sensitive data that you want to encrypt, and only the encrypted data will be actually sent to us. We are going to implement single sign-on, so you will have the ability to just log in with one click through ToolApp. And we will have auto provisioning. As you may know, it means that all the onboarding and offboarding means adding members to the tools or removing these members from your tools when they are get offboarded will happen automatically through protocols which are available. And if it's not available, we try to also integrate many apps with their APIs if they don't support auto provisioning. And yeah, you can have multiple credential actually for one app. I know this is something which is very important. For example, if you are using one tool, I don't know, for example, your AWS account, and you may have 5, 6 AWS accounts. For example, when we were working as agency, we had access to 20 of our clients' AWS account. And for each, we have like a username, password, IAM username, passwords. So you can save multiple credentials for one app and get access to them in a very good UX. Then you can definitely share your credential with the team the same way that every actually password management tools provide. Also, you can share it outside. You can securely share it outside your organization. Then yeah, then we are trying to actually and planning to also add all these license management solutions. So we are not thinking as an app. Let's say the authentication could be to anything. Yeah, like it can be to a MySQL database. It can be to a PHP Storm, let's say, license, or anything which needs access or you need to share with your team members. We will definitely have a browser extension when we launch the password management as a first thing. So the browser extension will help you to autofill and will help you also get easier access to the tools that you have access to. And in the roadmap, we have also mobile app, so you can use the mobile app the same way. And the last thing that we are going to implement would be the finance part. So with the finance, you can collect the invoices and you can get monthly invoice reports in a good way. So you don't need to buy actually or subscribe another invoice collection solutions which is in the market, and we will have all in one place. I know a lot of companies who are doing auto provisioning provide this collection of invoices somehow or managing that, but these are all only limited to the, for example, auto provisioning solutions available. But with our solution, you can collect any invoice that you will get monthly from any subscription. So it doesn't need to be only a SaaS product that provide auto provisioning. The cost reports, as I mentioned before, so the cost reports will help you to understand better how much you're paying for SaaS solutions and how much the users are using that actually. So you can manage your budgeting and then maybe cut the budget sometimes easily. And with the user behavior report, you will have all this information, how many hours per week the users use these tools or the other tools, and stuff like that. And then we can provide you suggestions also that what tools you can replace with and what tools can be helpful for you based on their requirements. So yeah, I mean, I will go back to our dashboard to show you also some of the features I mentioned. But before that, yeah, we are going to actually have the deal with we launched the LTD deal with Saastronautics, which you will definitely see later and will be launched by. So I would not actually go through that in details. I would like to actually answer your questions if you have some. And if not, I can also share maybe the screen and show the real app, what we have implemented till now in a let's say lifetime example.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I think if they could see how it is in the app itself, a lot of people would be clear, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, let me
actually, I've got a
share.
question. There's a question that came up. I missed the beginning of this webinar. Can this tool up be used for a property management company?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the size of the company. So, and what you are going to manage. So if you have a company which already is over 15, let's say 20 people, or maybe 10, 15 people, and is growing up, and you have a lot of access that you have to share with the people. Like if you're using over 10 tools, 15 tools, this can be already useful for any type of companies. And the good thing is, if you don't need like advanced complex tech solutions, because you may need to do a lot of integrations and setups to get SSO auto provisioning. You can use the freemium for free to easily manage at least a part of the company and the tools and the access management that you have. So this could be interesting for any company, at least to use the freemium, unless they get big enough that they need more complex deep tech solution.
Wait, so I'm sorry, I think I missed it, but is there a limit on how many applications they can integrate with ToolUp?
No, there is no limitation on applications or team members. And when it comes to the paid version, the only limitation is in the features. Like you will pay for you will start buying the paid versions when you want to have advanced features.
All right. Okay, great. Thank you for that. Thanks for clarifying. All right. So are you pulling up ToolUp so that I can add it onto?
Okay, so I will now share the dashboard. So this is like kind of a real life example of the ToolUp. So you as a manager of the company or sysadmin, you can have access to the dashboard to see which team members you should onboard and offboard now. And when you click on this, as I show you, you can see here who you have to onboard or offboard for each tools, and you can open G Suite. So this is the freemium version without auto provisioning. I can go there, remove the user, and just says this user is already offboarded. Or I can go there and at the same time I'm in G Suite, I can just onboard the user and say this user is onboarded. So every day the sysadmin wake up will know that which tools he has to add or she has to add team members and which tools she has to remove. Then you have a simple member management. So you can choose any team member you have, you can offboard them, like I can come here, offboard, and then when I set the offboard date in, for example, 5th May, at 5th May, the sysadmin will see that, okay, Sajjad is leaving the company. So all these team members, all these tools should be removed from him. You can simply add new members and then put onboarding date. And as you choose the onboarding date, the user again get to the list to be deleted. We have a very, let's say, handful team tools overview. So you can see every team you have, like we had 8 teams, and all the tools they are using. And you can simply search, for example, Slack, add the Slack to any tools you want very simply. And then everybody in the team should get access to the Slack. So you can see here, it asks to onboard the team members who doesn't have access to Slack at the moment in the general team. So, and then you can also add your own actually product. Like for example, if I am looking for, let's say, my app, which is a custom app, you can simply add a custom app, put the website URL that you will get access to it. So you can simply add any custom tools you want to. And you have access to all the tools.
Oh, sorry, Sajjad. Is there any way do they like see the progress of the members inside the tool, or is it just simply if they're offboarded or onboarded on the tool?
What do you mean by the progress? You mean the progress of onboarding, like,
or their progress inside, like the process of offboarding or onboarding?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment we have 2 things, which is like, okay, if the user should get onboard and access, and this user should get offboard. So you will see that if onboard is
okay.
successful or is not. But the next feature that we already have in the progress to build is to have also this checklist, because the
Okay.
onboarding may need to give access, for example, to 20 tools. So you will see all the
Yeah.
20 tools. You can simply onboard, but you may have to, I don't know, give a laptop to the guy, or you have to,
Yeah.
I don't know, do some onboarding stuff which is more, let's say, even not related to the softwares. Maybe they have to sign
Mm.
a form. Maybe they have to get key access to the office. So
Yeah.
we are also making this onboarding list. So you don't need to do for such simple stuff. Go to the HR
Mm.
solutions, and then you
Yeah.
have to use two different solutions. So this is one of the features which would be launched very soon. So we have it in the list already.
Mm. Right.
And when you choose one tools, you can simply configure it like, okay, this is, let's maybe choose something which is, for example, if I'm setting my Slack, you can simply say, okay, what is the URL you get access to? And yeah, as you can see already here, I mean, we also mentioned in the platforms. So the password management SSO is not yet launched. Password management
Mm.
would be launched in May. And you can set up the password management, you can set up the SSO and auto provisioning for each tools. And you can
Mm.
simply here add any tools. And when you add a tool, you have all the, like, let's say I'm adding a sketch. Then when you add tools, you go to settings, set the domain, and then you can go and then add to the teams. So this would be like 3 steps that you will get access. You will add the tools, and then each time you add a tool, you will see this in offboarding, onboarding, and you,
Mm.
as I mentioned here, you can get access to any of these tools, and every user can get access to any of the tools from here. So you just click
Mm.
here, and then you will get access to the, and it will be auto-filled by the, or when we have the password management, we will auto-fill with the Chrome extension, and you will get login automatically. So yeah, till now, actually, that's what we have implemented in just less than 3 months.
Mm.
And we are in the, let's say we have implemented 80% of the password management part. We have done all the encryption, decryption, security documentations, because you have to provide a lot of documents also to your clients if they want to use
Yeah.
your password management, because they have to trust and make sure that it's totally secure. So we are already
Mm.
done all documentations, made the encryption, and then in May we will launch the first version of password management. So for the one who
Mm.
buy lifetime deal, I think they can also start using this from May.
All right. I've got a question about the finance management. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
All
I
right.
have
Sorry.
it.
Okay. All right. So for finance management, do they for the admin, do they get reminders if, let's say, a SaaS tool subscription is about to end and they might need to renew it?
If we get to the, actually the point that we get to the finance management, for many
Mm.
tools they have like an auto provisioning solution. So with the auto
Mm.
provisioning, this would be happen like automatically when you add a new user. This would be automatically added to the user. And for
Mm.
the tools that doesn't have this auto, let's say, subscription, and they don't charge automatically, it depends
Mm.
really on the tools. Yeah, like some tools,
Oh, okay.
because we will try to get a API access. So if you give us API access for each tools which doesn't support this, I mean, if they have the protocol and they support auto provisioning, everything will happen automatically. But for the tools
Mm.
which doesn't have, we will try to get through the API and implement as much as possible tools that we can get and fetch the information. But already over 500,
Mm.
600 tools supporting auto provisioning, and all
Yeah.
have like a protocol which can easily be integrated without no worries.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. I just wanted to know how it works as well. Also going back to the prices or the plan, could you please clarify like the feature on deals with a price based on like the monthly upcoming?
Yeah, sure. You, you mean the lifetime deal, yeah?
Yes. You could
Yeah,
share the
okay.
screen as well if you'd like, so
Yeah, I
it's
can
easier
share the
to.
screen. Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah. Let me share the screen.
Yes, I think that'll be helpful.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, that's the deals we have. So for the first deal would be $49, and it would be you can add unlimited tools for one team member. So if you want to use the tool up personally, you can onboard, offboard team members, which make no sense if you don't have like a team members. If you want to give them access to the tool, but what you can do is you can be the admin of the product. And you can add 100, I don't know, team members, but not invite them, and then manage the onboarding, offboarding, but they cannot get access to the tools. And then the member dashboard would be available for you, so you can use it to log in to this tool, and you can use it to log into the different tools with our password management. You can share passwords outside the organization yet, and you will have like one-time login and safe password, the secure password encryption definitely, and the browser extension for password management. So the first deal would have this all onboarding, offboarding solution, and the main actual feature that you will get individually would be the password management solution. Then for the second deal, actually, which is $147, you will can add unlimited tools, 15 team members, and the same solutions, password management, onboard, and then one-click login, and everything which you have in the first deal. And then with the third deal, you will have $245. Here you will get also access to the SSO and auto provisioning. And if you are like an agency or if you are working with the clients, you can also create 5 accounts and divide these 40 team members
sub accounts. Okay, great.
in the sub accounts, and you will get access to the invoice and finance management. So with that deal, you will get like a full product with all the available features we have. And then if you want to have more users and more sub accounts, then it will go for 70 team members for $392, and then it will go for 150 team members for $490, which I think is already a huge save.
Yeah,
because
it really is.
you would charge real plan per user per month.
All right, I think that's great. I think, this is a very powerful tool. Really, some tools it's divided, it's separated, but this one it's all integrated into one, which will be super helpful for companies that are looking for management.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, if you have any questions also, or the audience have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yes.
As planned, I think we finished in 30 minutes. So,
yeah. No, it's great. No, I think it's really straightforward, actually. No worries. It's really straightforward. I have a question for you. What else can they expect? What can they expect from ToolUp in the weeks to come? Because I remember you said the browser extension and phone, cell phone integration.
Yeah.
What else can they expect?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Actually, we divided to already 3 milestones. So the first one was that we launched in end of March the freemium version, which we successfully launched in March. And we are adding some more features, as I mentioned you, to the freemium, which was, for example, the onboarding list, the checklist, and we are also changing the dashboard a little bit to be easier to use. And then the second milestone or second phase was to introduce the password management. So the password management with all the features will come in May, maximum by end of the May, and we will launch that part. Then we are going to have the SSO and auto provisioning right 2 months after that. So hopefully somewhere in June or July. And the last thing that we are going to actually have there would be the finance management, which will come in October. And in October, end of October, we will have all the features ready to use as we promised. And we are also planning doing a lot of tests with the users to add the additional features, because we are not talking about just the main features that are going to be launched, but there are a lot of side small features which make the progress and make the user experience much better. And that's why we are also, I don't say we are a little bit slow, but we divide it to 3 phases. So for each phase, we want to take care of the user experience, test it out, get feedbacks, and we improve it. So we just don't want to have all the features, just work as a tech company, and then people get like a bad user experience from there. So for password management is also the same. Before we start developing, we did like a 1 month of research. How should the password management be? How is the best way? What happening now in 1Password? What happening now in Okta? What is bad about, or what doesn't work as we expect in password 1Password, or how what doesn't work as we expect in Okta, and how we can be between these two to provide better user experience. So during the development, every month, every week, the user experience will be improved for each of the coming features and for the definitely upcoming features.
All right, thank you for that. That's a lot of exciting things, and it's fine. You said it was slow, but I don't think so. I think it's great that you're taking the time for each milestone so that you can really solidify each one, so that they'll be super helpful for those who will be purchasing. So it's not slow. Don't worry, it's good. All right. So with that, I think
Yeah, at
you
least
were
we
really
stick to the
straightforward.
milestone somehow.
Yes. Oh, there's another question. Okay. So can one assign different time frames of the subscription per person in a team?
Yeah. I mean, when it goes to when it goes to the auto provisioning solution, then and this can happen automatically, and if not manually. But anytime that you want to onboard one person, each person has its own onboarding timeframes. It has its own onboarding date, and based on that, yeah, this can happen totally like based on different timeframes.
All right. Thank you for that question, and thank you for answering as well. I think that will be super helpful. So I guess if there are no more questions, I'd like to close this webinar. But of course, if you guys have any questions about ToolUp, make sure to reach Sajad. I know that he'll be more than happy to. One must. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. So there is one. Okay, this was I think a clarification question to the previous one. So there is one master owner, correct? Sorry if I missed out on this part.
No. You have two type of the at the moment. Actually, you have two type of admin people. One is the owner, who is the owner of the product, the actually tool, and then you can add and change any user to the admin, so you can have multiple admins in the platform.
Oh, okay, great. All right, so that's just not one master. All right, thank you for that. All right, so I guess if you guys have any questions, make sure to reach out to Sajad. He'll be more than happy to help you out. And of course, this deal is now live on our. Sorry, it comes up like this. So one admin, or
No,
there's
you can have multiple
customization
admins.
option. All right.
No, there
All
is
right,
no. Yeah. There is actually there is one admin type, but you can have multiple admins, and then to give different access. I mean, at the moment the access are not developed to have like a different access, but this is something which is a must, definitely. Like, you may have a HR want to give them access only to onboard people, and you may want to have a sysadmin who do onboarding, offboarding of the tools. So this would be definitely implemented. But at the moment, at least you can have multiple admin right away, so each one can do their job.
All right. So I guess that really clarified her question. So she said, "Thank you, Sajan." I'm just gonna put it up there.
Sure.
All right.
Anytime.
So for everyone that is watching, or will be watching this later on, this deal is now live on the Saastronautics page, saastronautics.com/toolup. And for the ones that are for watching right now, since today's the launch, we will be having a early bird discount code. So this is 10% off for the first 2 weeks, and the early bird discount code is ToolUp10. Let me just quickly write it down here. So the early bird discount code for 10% off for the first 2 weeks is ToolUp10. All right, it's Tulip 10. So I'm going to pull it up on the screen. This will be the early bird discount code for 10% off for the first 2 weeks. So make sure to get this because I'm pretty sure it'll be super helpful, especially to Sarita since she was asking about it and for her property management business. So yeah, I'm putting up this one. This is 10% off for the first 2 weeks. And for those who are participating in the giveaway, the action code for this webinar, so you know you can add more points, is Tulip time. I'm putting it up there. This is the action code. Oh, sorry, it's this side. For the action code for the giveaway, it's Tulip time. All right. So thank you so much, Sajad, for your time. And if you guys have any more questions about Tulip or you know any concerns about it, if you want to ask more, make sure to message Sajad. I'm sure that he'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So that's it for now. We'll see you next time, Sajad. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everyone. And thank you,
Thank
Sajad.
you. Have a nice time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Bye
luck and
bye.
best wishes to
Bye
Tulip.
everyone.
Bye.